What up, everybody? Lonnie here with ChartsNlabs. How's everybody doing today? I snuck in a video already this morning um, going over the ORB strategy, the Opening Range Breakout strategy. And we're going to try to implement that today and do a live trade with it. Basically, what that is you wait the first 15 minutes of the market, let all of that high volatility kind of break out and do what it's wanting to do. It'll set you the range that you're looking to trade out of, and then you want a confirmation. Yesterday, we had a very clean confirmation, which would have made that a very good trade. And we're looking at QQQ is already up 1% in the pre-market, over 622. So the $100 gamble call that I did the other day, that I ended up selling for a 40% loss, is looking like it's going to be a 20 to 40% win at open. So I'm sad that I took that loss yesterday. But I got that cash moved over into another play. We're also looking at, I have the Rocket Lab and Intel calls. I'm actually up on Intel. I got this with I believe this is a 195 average. 194 average. So 194 average, I'm currently up 25%. As long as I sell above 244, this will be a good one. I'm trying to take advantage today of the IV for earnings. That's after hours today for Intel. So I'm looking for a big spike at opening. I have it really high right now as a preset sale, 345. I don't think that's going to hit. So what I will probably do is let that first opening kind of rush go through and then see where its range is at, and then I will probably be selling that in the first 15 minutes. Unless I see something with Intel as far as a direction of movement or something to change that would make them maybe go up further. But when we look at Intel's the only one that's a little bit down in pre-market right now. Everybody's kind of ripping. And Rocket Lab. Ironically, these are the two plays that I swung into today. Rocket Lab is an interesting one. They were flirting with breaking into the hundreds and then had a little bit of a pullback, tried to get in a position, and then that pullback actually broke down with negative market sentiment going around. That negative, we'll pull them. We'll pull them up on here, and we'll do 15 minutes. So we see that we had almost a breakout here, trying to get into the 100 range, 99, and then it pulled back and then was hoping to get in and get this to come back and just retest the bottom of this range, which would have been like a 96. So I was trying to capture that like 90, 92 bounce to back to 96, get a quick little scalp in and out. And then the overall tariff stuff and Greenland stuff and all that kind of broke down the entire market. And then Rocket Lab also accelerated being down probably more than the rest. And so we're in this range of this giant wick back here, back when from yesterday. It's kind of the range bound that we're in this range right now. And then after hours, Rocket Lab, if we do extended, we're going to see this massive sell-off that happened overnight was because they stress tested one of their tanks and it ruptured. It was a hydrostatic test, meaning it was full of water, not fuel. And it seems like the test was meant to rupture. Like that was the whole point of it. But the headlines came out on that the test quote unquote failed, and that's where we had this big sell-off. Drove down. Well, then more of the news came out that it was that's kind of how the design was, and then we saw the recovery. And then it hasn't been as big of a deal yet. I don't know why, but they then did their actual they planted 2 satellites in low orbit for another successful launch, their first successful launch of 2026. I believe it's like their 80th straight successful launch. So a little bit weird that that is not positive news, considering that the market itself is in positive sentiment as we go into the indices, and we see that everybody's positive. The Dow is only about 0.5%, and SPY is about 2/3%, and then QQQ, which is tech based, is up 1%. So quite odd to me a little bit right now that that's not a bigger move up. Will be interesting to see how they come out at the bell during actual hours, because now they're down 2%. They were down, it was back to only like 1.5%. And Intel's creeping into the positive move as we're getting ready to open here in 3 minutes. Intel is moving a lot, and Rocket Lab is not. So let's kind of read over what we got going on. We see Wall Street ends higher yesterday as they cheer for the Greenland framework deal. Futures rise after Trump Greenland shift fuels stocks. S&P futures climb in pre-market trading. Venture Global and Carmen Holdings are leading. So a lot of these institutions are in earnings season right now, and that's why we see these big pre-market movers, where a couple of them are up 10% and a couple of them are down 5%. Got Fed data. We had jobless claims that just came out that are pretty in line. AI and data centers remain the core structure for the overall market. That's why they're my main focus as well. High beta chip names have seen volatility tied to sentiment swings. However, underlying demand indicators remain robust, meaning that, you know, Nvidia and some of these guys have, and Apples and Googles, they've been swinging really fast, as long as, you know, anytime there's a risk off type move, but they are still high demand and they've recovered very quickly anytime that they have swung down. Remains dominant macro theme is this AI spending. Looking forward to Intel's earnings after hours. Data centers from networking computation. Reversal of Greenland tariff threat helps stabilize the markets, push higher. Futures indicate positive sentiment. So now that we're in positive sentiment leading in, Zelensky tears into its European allies. There's still a lot of, I guess, negative underlying pressure. So we're going to go into the 5-minute candle. This is how Rocket Lab closed yesterday. These are, I'm trying to get it up to this 91, 92 range is where I would like to see. We should have just hit opening bell. We're moving now. Prices are moving. 86. We are dropping down on Rocket Lab. Intel's down. So if Intel is to drop a bunch today, I actually might look at that as a reason to add to the position. We're going to see this go straight down, yeah. I'm not making a play. I'm waiting for the 15-minute orb, and I'm going to play QQQ for it. Maybe I'll play SPY. I haven't played SPY in a while. QQQ's been a little volatile. Down big now. So this one was 244 yesterday, but I didn't have any day trades. I switched to a cash account now. So I can basically make as many day trades as I want. I just can't reuse the funds instantly. I was on margin, but I used up all the day trades, scalping a couple. So we are, would have been a plus 40% move if I held on to this versus taking a 40% loss. So that's a little unfortunate. I looked at this one yesterday. I almost got into it, and then didn't, and it would have been a 32% win today. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, Intel looks to be slipping. See, VIX is floating around the 16. That's a volatility indicator. It goes up as the markets go down. So yeah, it's ruptured. It's stage one tank during a pressure test yesterday, but then it had a successful launch today. So it went back to back on the news. Looking for a run now. It's definitely going to have to get above this late evening kind of uh, resistance right here. But we're kind of sitting in a weird open, very weird open. AMD's holding 250, Nvidia 185. These are all kind of regular levels. 387, Micron between 385. Opened up way big and then shot straight down. Um, these are big moves. Volatility is getting crazy. That is for sure. Let's go ahead and just do that. Break below. Would be interesting to see if Micron came all the way. Oh, I didn't want to do that one. I wanted to do. See where like these big momentumous candles had the larger wicks, where the wicks were larger than the body. We're gonna draw a line at the top of them, and that's a 380 bounce. Or would it break down? And it lines up with this kind of point too. This point lines up. If we do this, it's actually kind of crazy that this lines up right here. We're gonna make this one a different color, blue, just so it sticks out a little bit. But the top where this reversed and bounced and then wicked lines up perfectly where this wick came back and touched, this wick came back and touched, this wick nearly touched, and then it came up. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Micron pull back right here since it broke under this little trend right here. Even if we move this to there and say that that's the actual one. Looking for 380. So QQQ is probably pushing down with Micron. Um, yep. So it was a big open, and then they're coming down. So could we see this? Where do I have this trend line coming from? That looks like I came from here to here. That's a very long-term trend. Would be crazy to see it come all the way to touch that point. Would be very interesting because we have positive momentum, and so I'm going to explain while we're waiting for this setup. I'm going to explain this indicator that I'm using that I started, and we're going to just look at on the S&P 500. This is SPX. So and we'll do half-hour candles just so they're a little bit cleaner. So what you see are these clouds that are trailing behind, and the yellow line with some reversal points. So what this yellow line is a rolling volume weighted moving average. And by rolling, that means that it doesn't end day to day. Typically, like if you're using an indicator like VWAP or some of the other volume weighted moving averages, they go day to day because they only add in that single day's volume based on the movement. When you do a rolling volume weighted indicator, it never ends. It continues from day to day. So a previous day's volume is it contributed into today's volume. And I like that specifically because that's where the reversals happen and moves come from previous days action. A big drop down here with all the volume that was up here, is why this wanted to come back and reverse test. In my opinion, that's my kind of theory on why I look at that. When you see these red and green dots, that's when the candle closes above or below it. So we have positive momentum. We're above it, above it, above it. This candle right here was the first one to close below that volume weighted moving average, thus triggering a red dot. This candle went above and closed above it, thus triggering the green dot. And so those are the rolling volume weighted reversal points. And then the cloud is narrower with less momentum, but as momentum increases, the cloud gets wider. And if it's a red cloud that's wide, that's very, very strong bearish momentum pushing the price. So if you're in a play and you're seeing, and you're playing a put, if you were to be playing a put here, even when this was up, it would trigger you wanting to hold into it, or maybe look for it, and maybe take the entry here on these high wicks, and then this breakdown, maybe that's where you took your entry, and then you would have held through while this was building. This will help you hold your winning plays longer, is why I like this indicator. If you're in profit and it's building, so that's one of the hardest things to do, is to hold your play, even when it kind of slowly starts stalling. But then we're still in wide range here. It would be to keep holding, and then as soon as it switched gray, that's where you're like, oh, okay, we're losing our bearish momentum. It's not quite pivoting, but if you're in big profit, that would be a good time to exit. That way you're not missing out on big profit. So we're going to go to QQQ. I have lines all over the place, and this is very busy. So let's actually go. We're going to do SPY today just because. Add to the watch list. Where did it go? Oh, am I not allowed to? Let's go. I have too many, maybe, because I'm only using the free one because I'm being cheapo. We'll see. We'll see if I want to add it. I could always remove. The dollar is a good one. SPX. These are the main indicators. I guess I could. Let me see if I want to remove anybody. I wish I got into that one. I was really close to getting into that one. Rocket Lab down, Intel down. Of course, my plays are down today. Maybe a reversal today is intact. Oil, gold, silver. What do we got for Forex? The Japan, the pound, and euro. I really don't care about those. I'm not a Forex trader. The couple cryptos that I follow. Yeah. Anyway, so we're at our 40-minute mark, our 640, which is 10 minutes into the market. So we're still waiting for this 15-minute candle to form. We're going to come over here. Let's go to SPY on this also, just so we're all watching the same thing. SPY. I'm going to just do the 5-minute just for a little bit of a difference to see. So sometimes options right here. And then what we're looking at. Okay, let's see where everybody's at. I don't want to be biased at all. We're going to do tomorrow's expiration just to give us a little bit of a cushion to let the move to not get wiped out on a quick move. Oh, we went past the strike. So we want to play close to the strike, but not obviously. So 690 looks like a big interest point. 695. There's some pretty big call interest for tomorrow. Let's go look at the puts. Of course, there's not a whole lot above because we're flirting with all-time highs. 683 is the first big interest. 680. These are massive pullbacks that it's expecting, but these were probably loaded up. I mean, I guess maybe. So there's some big puts for tomorrow. We'll be looking that direction. I just feel like we're kind of top heavy, and we still have the macro economic pressures looking kind of negative. Is what I'm saying, or what I'm thinking. We have this. It was a big gap on the open, and so I mean it kind of closed. It didn't all the way close it, but it was close to getting up there. We could even say that arguably it got to this point of interest right here. So let's see how this wants to play out. We got 2 more minutes for this 15-minute candle. We have a ton of bullish momentum, but our volume is way down here, and the candle is up here. Even the so the reason that this dropped so much yesterday was because all the volume being down here, and then this move up didn't pull the volume up very much, very quickly. It went away from the volume because that move up wasn't on enough. There wasn't enough volume. It was a low volume move recovery. So we're looking 644. We almost have our candle. I could almost draw it, I guess. So when you're using this orb opening range breakout, we have our 15-minute opening. We're gonna go basically off the high and on the wick points. Some people do the body also when they're charting it just to have more data, and that's not a bad thing to have. More data, more better is always a good thing. This is a very interesting setup right here, how it closed yesterday, how these candles wicked at the same level and came down. Or this one went up and obviously wicked, came down. This one started here, went up, wicked, and then went down. So like subconsciously, I'm looking at this level right here in my head. At 688.73 as an area of interest, as a secondary point break, because it's just under this one. So now we'll zoom in. We'll come over here and do our raise, and we have the high was 690.67, 690.67, and the low was 688.93. So now what we're gonna go into a 5-minute, but I also want to I'm gonna do another color on these because these guys were just so close to each other that I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna make this one be the light blue just to be a secondary kind of color and confirmation if it breaks down. I'm kind of slightly biased, expecting a breakdown in this, and because the volume is still down here. And where the volume is in the majority, that's basically where the liquidity is. That's where the price is going to want to gravitate towards. So I'm slightly biased on the downside. I don't want to take an early entry yet. The other good thing about the orb strategy is it reduces your exposure to the high volatility and the higher IV in that first 15 minutes where the day traders are all taking their early positions, institutions are positioning. So we're not looking for just a test of this because it's not a full break. We want the candle to close below it. So we technically are just testing this, and it's not confirmed until the candle closes below. But like I said, I was already kind of put bias, so part of me really wants to get in this and scalp this. But this could also be like a liquidity sweep or a manipulative move to push down, and then will suddenly reverse really quickly. So that's why you don't take that entry off the first break of the structure, and you actually are looking for a close below. So we still have 2.5 minutes of this action. I'm gonna definitely think that I wish I played that put. We're gonna go ahead and just look and get it loaded up because I want to see it also on based on where I would have added it to my watch list. So we're gonna go options, put. We're gonna do tomorrow. We're not that rich to buy super in the money. I'm kind of looking at this one. I'll do this one. We'll do add to watch list. So I just want to see that. View watch list. Right there. 687 put, already up to 194. I'm guessing it broke. Yep, it fully broke and is testing. Again, you want the confirmation of the close. I wish I would have taken that position because that was already it's already a 10% move. I'm guessing it was like $1.75 and it's already over 2. 106 would have been an opening. 131 was just a second ago. You're seeing it go over 2. So could have been a little bit more predictive in that. As far as one, seeing that the volume was down here, I already came into it slightly biased because I thought this move was a little euphoric, looking at so much of these that were red, as far as Intel and Rocket Lab, and yet everybody else was kind of green, but they also were not as green as they were beforehand. And so we're going to get that close unless this just bounces hard. So I'm not really happy with this position because I feel like I missed it. Because looking at this, it was $1.75 about when we were looking at it. It already spiked up to 211. We would have sold probably. And now we're at a $2 confirmed, and we just had that new candle. To not rush into this, I'm gonna hold for just a little bit longer. There we go. Because this came to this indicator cloud, I wanted to play a bounce or a little bit of recovery. I don't know if it'll get all the way back to. Oh. Might not. I was hoping it was going to come back a little bit. I wanted to come back, even if it just came back to 688.25. 688.25 would be $1.80. I would love to get it at $1.80. Oh yeah, there we go. See, that's why I waited. 1.8. Oh, 2. Review order. Submit. Oh, I might not get it now. See, if I would have been a little bit quicker, I could have got that. Ooh. Ooh. I probably should. Maybe I don't want to get that, actually. Investing, I probably got it. Okay, so now I have that. And my average, what? I got it at 189. I didn't want it at 189. What the heck? Yeah, I thought I got it at 180. My average should be 180. Why did I get 189? It must have moved. That's a bummer. Well, now I'm not a fan of this dang call. So now we need even if we just do like a 685, we'll look for some prices. Obviously, this could get into the threes, but let's look. Yeah, kind of got the 175. This would be a retest. This would be a good time to add. This is kind of what I was anticipating, so I'm a little bit upset that I didn't let it fully develop. A nice failure right here would be a great sign for this put play. Let's go ahead and just say these double wicked right here at 686, and just look what is our profit point at 686. That would be 284 on a quick day trade from 180 to 280. That's a quick $200 profit point, and we'll probably be okay with that. Well, because I got messed up on my ad, I hit the 9 instead of the 0. We are gonna go ahead and put in our sell. And we're gonna do sell to close. 2 of them is what we have, and we want to say we're just gonna do 3, just to say for now. Submit. Done. And we're gonna look and see. We do see that it wicked and bounced off of that level. So if I would have looked a little bit tighter, maybe I could have held out for that lower price instead of the 189. I probably could have got 170 or 175 like I originally was looking at it. So we are looking for a failure right here, and then the break below 687.19, which is this 687.21, is the volume weighted moving average. That will be the full breakdown, and where we will look. It could go all the way to yesterday's low or yesterday's close of 685.30. So if we just go look at this, we'll just kind of get a ballpark of 685.3 and say it needs at least half an hour to get there. That's a 323. So that would be spectacular. And then I'm going to just leave mine at 3 because I would technically have till after close to get there. So maybe I do need to, if it was to get all the way to that level. Maybe I will do 325 as my sell point. We'll see. We shall see. Need this red to break down, and we'll mess with testing that. 685.80 is probably a more likely. 685.80 is at 296. So I do like my $3 sell because I'd rather get the profit for sure. Break below these wicks, where both of these wicked at the same level. We're going to take this guy and we're going to go bam, and we're going to make this one be orange. We want to break below that level for a confirmation. This is a really big short pattern that could be developing right here on the 1 minute. Can you see it? Where this comes down sharply and then rounds, and then a break here could very much easily come all the way down into this. It looks like a lowercase h. When you see that pattern, that is a pretty common high successful short. So we are Go to live. Coming back up a little bit. Unfortunately, playing a SPY put while you have calls in tech is a bummer. We are in profit on this, on that trade. We're back over 2, so glad I didn't rush into the $2 entry because we're back to that. I did get 190, and I should have got 180. I don't know how it filled higher. That's a little bit frustrating. I don't know what Robinhood did on that. Looking for this candle to lose that. It looked like it already wicked below, and we see that our volume weighted is kind of pointing down. You could almost use that as a directional indicator, looking for the direction of it to go. Pressing down. We haven't reversed below. We haven't closed below it. That would obviously be the big reversal. Let this ride out for a couple more minutes of just looking and talking orb. Let's kind of see where we're at with on this one. I like looking at the 3-minute, and we see that our MACD is crossing down, the momentum is building down, or this is like a volume velocity indicator. I'm trying to learn this one a little bit. I don't have a lot of familiarity with it. I'm trying to learn it because they got rid of the TTM on the website. You can use the TTM, which is a great momentum indicator that I also influenced in my indicator that I built for TradingView. This is my personal indicator. I had it use TTM, the squeeze indicator. It's a momentum indicator as kind of like a building block for it. Let's see where we're at. We are up 16% so far on the trade. That is a great profit point to take. 15% on a day trade, in and out, be done. That would have been a successful orb trade. I'm holding a little bit more because I see that this is turning. I see that this is breaking. I see that there's levels down here for it to retest. I mean, even 686.20 is kind of a decent goal. Let's just kind of see 686.20, and that's a 277. If it just hit 686 flat, 288, that might be a good sell point. So I'm just kind of holding for a little bit longer. I'm trying to see if this next candle follows. We're about to start the 7 o'clock candle. And I don't want it to test up here. I need it to continue this momentum down. There we go. That's the move that I need. Like a little bit sharper or a little bit more velocity in the move down. Like that is much more profitable. That's what we were looking for. Now we're looking at closer to 20%. 13% is bouncing. They're talking about a rally, though, which is ironic. This one's still kind of, if this flattens anymore, I might have to take the exit. But I want it to at least test this volume-weighted moving average. Oh, we have breaking data coming in a few moments. So I would like to see a big move down. I should probably tighten my sell point. There's 22%. Let me see. Investing. U.S. November core price index. Okay. Oh. Replace. Investing. I need to cancel it. There we go. We canceled that order. What am I at? I'm at 20%, 22%. Very. This is kind of like a little pivot point. It's either gonna bounce here or we're gonna all the way break down. And I want to make sure I take good profit. 22% is a good profit. 20% is a good profit. Um, I could take 230, 240. There we go. We're starting to. Oh, it's wanting to flatten a little bit, so I might look at taking my profit. We're gonna go sell the. Maybe it's breaking. What did we do? Oh, did we break down a little bit on this one? This is where it gets hard to, as you're watching on more. Does this let me do the 3-minute? Now we're on the 3-minute. We're testing that volume weighted moving average. It should bounce off that, so I'm gonna probably take my profit. 625 is 25%. Let's do 2.3. Oh, hold on, it just jumped. It's wanting to jump. Let's see if we could catch a decent jump. 2.44. View order. Submit. Done. Oh, there it does have my average cost at 180 now. I was like, what the heck did it? Oh, because I added it on my watch list. There we are. That's why. So 244 divided by 180 would be 35%. We're gonna maybe see what we got going on. It's bouncing on this. I just need one more little wick test below it. I think I'm gonna leave money on the table with this, but I'm totally fine with a day trade taking 35%, and I'm gonna lower this now that I have my accurate. Ooh. I missed the 230 because I was arguing with what my average was. That was a little bit too greedy. I don't like that I did that. All right, what do we got going on here? That wick was my selling point, and I'm going to be upset that I did not capture it. Oh, okay, it's back. Back down. 222. Maybe that was just a bounce. Let's go 2 at 2.5. I'm going to set that as my sell for now. I might change it one more time. I think I was okay with 244 and it's not there yet. 2.3. Looking to capture just a quick wick below this, and then we're pointing down again. So I'm trying to capture this trade and close it with you guys. I'm sorry for the 45-minute video again. It seems to be my MO right now. We are holding this downtrend. We're below this. There's no reason to exit this trade other than trying to capture the most profit. So this is trying to go. This is on the 3-minute shows moving average all the way down to 684 would be. Oh, we bounced. Oh no, we didn't. I read those numbers wrong. Dyslexic. I thought we had 687. It is right at a point that I should strongly consider taking profit, but it's also at a point where it could break down really hard, and I should change my profit to a higher goal. As it's trying to break down, it wicked up and caught. There we go. That probably filled it. Oh, not yet. My 2-4 is going to be there. That was a big wick down. Need another one of those. Need another one of those. Give me a good wick. Oh, see? Now I'm mad that I didn't have a 2-4. I raised it up too high. Did it come up and touch that 2-4? 240. There we go. I should have had it there. I'm a little bit upset that I didn't. Again, being a little bit too greedy, moving my target. It's gonna make me want to just close it before I mess up. But I just need one more wick down. Even if it just came to this level, 686.45. That's a big move down. I just need to see a number under 687, 686 anything. We're 15 cents away from a, there we go. Come on, 10 cents, 10 cents. Right here is my price, 687. 10, I'm looking for it to break under 687, and then that should fill that order. I could close this out, and it will probably fill right away. So we're going to cancel it. I'm at 20% and holding. 2.44. We're going to just set that. Oh, it bounced. Uh-oh. A little upset that I didn't capture my 240 or 230 right now because we're looking like a little test. Although if this fails this retest, it should come down very sharply. So we're looking at an hour. We're at 47 minutes on this video. 7:09 means that we have a 39-minute trade. Well, we minus the 15, so 24 minutes of holding this trade. And there we go. Just give me my 250. Stay strong and hold for the price that you want. Hold for the price that we want. 250 would take me from 410 to 550 of buying power, so that'll be what that will mean. Just need this to break below. We're flirting. We're flirting. This was a successful trade. I just need to make sure that I don't blow it by holding on for too much profit. My suggestion to most is until you can see the momentum and see the plays, make sure you capture your 20% wins, because I definitely left that. I missed that. So here we go. Look at it now. It's going to cost me. It's going to cost me if it doesn't break down here. Serve me right if I don't get my profit. If it breaks above here and we move into this range, it's going to eat up my play. I did not want to hold this long, so that's why I was trying to get the 240 and I missed it. 230 would have been good. Yeah, we're gonna be coming up on an hour for this trade, and I think it's still gonna work. I haven't lost confidence yet. This looks like it's just retesting this. Bounced off the volume weighted. So losing that's going to make me want to hold for more profit, but I'm also at a point now where I don't want to be in this trade this long. I got other stuff to do today. Not trying to hold this trade all day long, and I want this video to show this whole profit and the process of making sure you maximize your profit point is the goal of trades, because you got to think that you're not going to win every day. If you're going to win every single day, it'd be really cool to just make 5% a day and just win every single day. But you're going to lose sometimes. So you have to be ready to capture the profits when you do win. So we gotta make sure we have this ready. 2.5 is what we're looking for. It's coming back down. So that was the retest of this level right here, and now it's going to hopefully come down, and it should accelerate below once it loses this volume weight, because this volume weighted moving average is showing support as we see that it wicked, and we're probably going to get another wick here. Unless this one blows through. So there could be a collapse move, or it could wick through sharp again and hit that 687. Because what did this one? The low was 686.92. That was where we were looking to sell, and we just didn't get that level. Didn't set it fast enough. I think I set 644. Yeah. Okay. I gotcha. We're gonna just take profit. I get it. You want to go up. The market wants to go up. It typically wants to go up. It's always kind of slightly biased to go up. So the moves up are typically um, quicker and more momentous than the moves down. It's an elevator down and the stairs up, but it's kind of a constant drive to go forward and go up. 2.11. I'm holding this as the kind of just in case. On this shorter 3-minute, yeah, this is starting to kind of round out. So, yeah, I'm out. Oh, shoot. Dang it. Not happy with this play right now that I didn't take profit at 230 or 220. I almost panicked and just took a 5% trade right there. I need to see. Nvidia's coming back down. Nvidia had a little spike, and I think that's what pushed SPY up. So glad I didn't panic and get out of that. It's over the 211. We need this to go down sharply. I'm gonna probably just take. You know, we're just gonna take. Oh, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna just take it. Oh shoot! Not even gonna take it. Go back. What am I gonna get? It's gonna. Oh wow. We're just gonna take the 2. That's gonna be a 10% profit. Oh, oh shoot! Did it go? What did I get? I have a $2 limit. That's a 12%. God dang it. Not happy with that. Alright, well, this is about to break through this rounded. That's so frustrating. I'm still up, barely. It's still, I mean, it's still down. All right, we're not gonna do that. Unless it fills, we're canceling. I'm gonna figure this trade out. There's profit here, and it's wanting to. I'm just probably gonna have to hold longer. It's gonna test these and be goofy. So I'm gonna call this video at 55 minutes. It's already too long. Oh, that was a big wick and it's back down. So hopefully we get profit. Tomorrow I'll recap it on the back end. Sorry for the long video. I hope you stayed with me. This is the ORB strategy. Sometimes it happens really quick and you can make a 10-minute play. Other times you get stuck holding because you're looking for a little bit too much profit. So we'll see what happens here. We're just going to go 2. Is it going to all the way break this time? Yeah, I think it's going to break this time. All right, I'm going to have to try to capture the profit, make this a good trade for how long I made you guys wait. I'll have recaps of it afterwards. Unless we want to take it right now. What do we got right now? 2.22. Sure. 2.22. Submit. I want this trade on video for you guys to see it and prove it. And unfortunately, it probably won't be as much profit as I shoulda, coulda, woulda had. Oh, look at that. I missed it again. Every time I place this order, I'm placing it just on the top end, and then it goes the wrong way. So this thing's, oh, driving me nuts. Driving me nuts, man. Alright. I'm ending this video. Sorry, guys, for the long video. Hopefully we capture profit on this, but it's going to take longer than an hour, and I don't want to make you guys sit through that. So catch you guys on the next one.